Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the hidden messages in corporate filings, and today we are diving into Occidental Petroleum Corporation. Its very own the 10th of October report, get ready, because we might just find out what is brewing behind the scenes at Oxy. Now this report from Occidental Petroleum Corporation is in T, a full quarterly earnings report, like a 10. Q, but it is more of a heads up and announcement about things management thinks will affect their third quarter of 2025 earnings. Think of it as a sneak peek into what they believe will shape their financial story for that period. The date here is the 10th of October 2025, and the main point is that they are sharing something called earnings considerations. This is basically management. Way of giving us a preview of the important factors that they predict will influence how the company performs financially in the third quarter of 2025. Now, Oxy is a big energy player, but like many companies, their stock is divided into common stock, which represents ownership in the company, and then they also have these interesting things called warrants to purchase common stock. These are like options that give holders the right to buy Oxy shares at a specific price in the future. It is good to keep an eye on both as they can signal different things about the company and investor sentiment. So when they mention common stock, what they are really talking about is the core business, the day-to-day operations that drive revenue and profits. This is the bread and butter of Occidental Petroleum. Their performance here is what truly reflects the health of the company's primary activities in the oil and gas sector. And then there are these EXYWS warrants. These are a bit more speculative. They can provide leverage for investors, and their activity can sometimes indicate expectations about future stock price movements or potential corporate actions. This gives us another layer to understand how the market might be viewing Oxy. The company filing this report is Occidental Petroleum Corporation, a name you probably recognize in the energy world. They are involved in oil and gas exploration, production, and marketing. So their financial health is tied directly to global energy prices, and demand this report is essentially them communicating to investors and regulators about what they expect to impact their bottom line. And where do you find this company traded? Well, this report tells us that their common stock and their warrants are listed on the New York Stock Exchange ticker. Symbols are Oxy and OxyWS, respectively. This means a lot of eyes are on them, and regulatory filings like this are crucial for transparency. The most important exhibit attached to this filing is Exhibit 99.1, which is titled Occidental Petroleum Corporation, Third Quarter 2025 Earnings Considerations. This is the meat of the report, that detailed summary of the factors management believes will impact their results. It is not a formal financial statement, but a forward-looking statement from the company. Leadership about potential influences on their performance. This helps investors understand the context behind future earnings announcements. This number 95-4,035,997 is the company SIRS Employer Identification Number, a crucial detail that confirms the identity of the corporation for tax and regulatory purposes. It is a unique identifier that links all their official filings and financial activities to the correct entity end, ensuring clear accountability. And who is signing off on this important filing? Christopher O. Champion, the Vice President, Chief Accounting Officer, and Controller. This is a senior finance executive at Occidental Petroleum. Their signature legally confirms that the information provided is accurate to the best of their knowledge, and that Occidental Petroleum is fulfilling its reporting obligations. This lends C. Readability and authority to the information being shared. So what does this all mean for Occidental Petroleum? And for us watching from the sidelines? Well, this filing is not about specific profit or loss numbers right now. Instead, it is a strategic communication. It tells us that management is actively thinking about and preparing to explain their performance. They want stakeholders to be aware of the potential influencing factors before the official earnings come out. This is a good sign of transparency, but it also means we have to wait for the actual results to see the real impact. Looking at this more broadly, Occidental Petroleum operates in a very volatile industry. Energy prices can swing wildly based on global events, supply and demand dynamics, and geopolitical situations. So when management highlights earnings considerations, it is a signal that they are anticipating some significant market forces or internal operational factors that will likely affect their financial outcomes. For example, if they mention considerations related to oil prices, a $10 increase or decrease can have a massive impact on their revenue and profit margins. This is also a way for them to manage expectations if they foresee challenges like increased production costs or perhaps regulatory changes that might impact their operations. They can give investors a heads up. This proactive communication is a key part of investor relations. It helps prevent surprises and allows investors to make more informed decisions. Now the real story will unfold when the full third, Q, WATA 2025 results are released and we can see how these earnings considerations actually played out. Did their predictions hold true? Were there any unforeseen events that altered the course? This report is a setup for that future narrative. In my opinion, this kind of filing, if it is used effectively, shows a company that is trying to be open about its strategic thinking. It gives us a window into how leadership perceives the business environment and what they are prioritizing. This is tier time for deep financial analysis. But it is a time to take note and prepare for the numbers to come. Oxy is navigating a complex energy landscape, and how they manage these earnings considerations will be a key indicator of their competence. What are your thoughts on this kind of preemptive financial disclosure? Let me know in the comments below. Did you find this helpful? If so, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more corporate deep dives. Don't forget to join our Discord community, linked in the description below, to continue the conversation and get exclusive content. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next decode.